Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Zen Yin Yoga with Michelle. And welcome to this evening's practice to restore the body and the mind and bring the body and the mind into this restful state to support getting a good night of rest. Our props this evening, I'm actually bringing in 2 pillows. If you have a yoga bolster, you can always use that. I just thought I would bring in some pillows because I know not everybody has a bolster, and I wanted to be able to demonstrate that, you can still do this practice just with some pillows off of your bed. So I have two pillows here, and you can kind of just put those off to the side. We'll kind of be using those a little bit towards the end of our practice. And you can do this practice while you're in bed or, just close to your bedroom. So that way when you're complete, you can just allow yourself to get right into bed and have a good night's sleep. All right, so let's just get started in an easy seated pose. And just bring the hands to the knees. Take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the belly. A big open mouth exhale. Let's do that once again. Cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the belly. And an open mouth exhale. And then from here, let's bring the palms of the hands to the tops of our shoulders. And just let the arms, the elbows kind of rest down on the chest. Not really putting a lot of pressure here on the shoulders, just kind of bringing your attention to how the shoulders are feeling, the traps, and taking a cleansing breath here. So as you inhale, focusing on breathing in through the back of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. Feeling them expand and stretch with the inhale. And taking an open mouth exhale, giving them permission to soften and release. And doing that once again. And now just beginning to massage the tops of the shoulders. Once again, just noticing how the shoulders are feeling, noticing any little knots or tender areas. And just beginning to release any tension, any stress that's been held here in the shoulders. Maybe it feels good to kind of just put a little added pressure, maybe on one side. Maybe you have a nice little knot there and you kind of just work that a little bit. And bringing in the intention this evening of letting go of effort and inviting in ease. So letting go of effort here, not thinking that, oh, I really need to, apply this deep massage to make this work, or it needs to look a certain way. Just letting go of that and creating this invitation in this space for ease to just come about. And then let's walk the fingers. So using your 4 fingers, walk the fingers up to the back of your neck. And just working the back of your neck here. If at any time this gets uncomfortable sitting here, you can always, maybe sit on a pillow or shift the legs. You can extend the legs out in front of you. Or maybe even if you're on your bed, use the pillows back behind you to support you. And then bringing the fingers out to the sides of the neck. So just working this whole area, again, noticing how the neck is feeling. We have these little scaling muscles that really hold, the positioning of our neck. And when we overuse these muscles, they can become very tight and tense. So just working this area in whichever way it feels good for you. And now using just the index and middle fingers, so I like to call them our peace fingers, and just kind of starting up at the back of the ear and then just slowly gliding the fingers down the neck, applying light pressure, and then coming back up again. And just noticing again any sensations, how this feels. And then just taking one more movement here, one more little massage. Good, and then let's bring the hands back to the knees or to the thighs and gently drop the chin towards the chest. And doing your best not to slouch here, so we want to still keep some integrity in our posture without being rigid. So again, we want to let go of effort and invite in ease. And taking a cleansing breath, inhale through the nose, send the breath to the back of the throat, the tops of the shoulders. Big open mouth exhale. And then from here, take an inhale, bring that right ear over towards that right shoulder. So we're going to make a little half circle here. And then as you exhale, you'll bring the chin back in towards the chest. And then inhale, bringing the head over to the left. Exhaling as you come back to center and just finding this little flow for you. Noticing any little nuances here, any little ways that the neck may be talking to you. And now if it feels good, maybe you make a full circle with the head. So inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you bring the head back. And then reversing, going the other way. And taking one more full circle here if you're doing that. And then we'll end with the chin back in towards the chest, taking a cleansing breath here. Slowly bringing the head back up to center. And then let's just take a few turns here, left to right. So inhaling, turning the head to the left. Exhaling, coming back to center. Inhaling to the right. Exhale to center. One more on each side. Very good. Then opening the eyes. Let's just extend the legs out in front of us. I'm just going to turn to my side here. So just extend the legs out, give them a little shake, making any movements here that feel good. And then let's make our way into butterfly. So soles of the feet come into touch. And depending on what your body needs this evening, maybe you bring the heels in a little closer to create a little deeper stretch in the inner groin, the inner thigh, or if you want to focus more on the outer hips, you can bring the feet out a little further away from you. Let's take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall, rooting down through the sit bones, reaching up through the crown of your head. Take a full breath here. Good. Taking another inhale. And then on this exhale, we'll twist over to the right. So bring that left hand to the right knee, right hand back behind you. Once again, rooting down through the sit bones, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, maybe you come into the twist a little deeper. Remember, we're letting go of effort and inviting in ease. So this doesn't need to be this really deep twist. Beginning to let the body come to a restful state. So finding ease here. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. See if you can soften through the legs. And last breath. And then slowly untwist. Coming forward from here, we'll come into a fold. So take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And then exhale, just hinging forward. And depending on how the low back is feeling this evening, if it's has any tension in it, or if you're nursing an injury to the low back, keep the back nice and flat. Otherwise, you can round through the spine, really letting the upper body just melt here. And coming into your deepest version with ease. Not pushing or pulling or forcing. And letting the head be heavy, dropping the chin in towards the chest. Now working with the breath, let's take an inhale through the nose for the count of 3 and make it a nice slow count of 3. And then you're going to pause at the top of that inhale. And then exhale through the nose for the count of 5. So inhaling for 3 when you're ready. Holding the breath. Exhaling through the nose for 5. And continuing that breath work for 3 breaths. 3 rounds. And returning back to your natural flow of breath. Scanning your body here, noticing where the body can still use permission to surrender. And checking in with the shoulders and the neck. Maybe you're kind of still holding here. See if you can let some of that go. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. And last breath. Take a big open mouth exhale. And then slowly, slowly, slowly pressing yourself all the way back up. Head coming up last. And let's just take a few breaths here before we transition into our twist on the other side. And if you need to give the legs a little extra stretch, you can just extend the legs back out. And then come back into your butterfly pose when you're ready. Let's take one more breath here. Okay, and then we'll make our way into our twist to the left. So take an inhale first, lengthen up tall. And then as you exhale, twisting to the left, right hand to that left knee. And left hand back behind you, rooting down through the sit bones, lengthening up through the spine, all the way through the crown of the head. Full breath down to the belly. Exhale with ease, coming into your twist. Taking 3 more breaths here. And last breath. And then untwisting, coming back forward. Once again, just extend the legs out. Give them a little shake. And then from here, let's make our way into tabletop. So just transitioning in whichever way is best for your body or for where you're at in your space. So in our tabletop, having the shoulders aligned over the wrists, hips over the knees, and having the feet hip width distance, fingers spread nice and wide, rooting down into your base, your foundation here. And then taking an inhale, dropping the belly, reach the heart forward, tailbone up towards the sky. And then exhale, pressing it away, coming into your cat, arching through the spine, chin to the chest. And then inhale, coming back into your cow. And exhale, pressing it away. And then finding your flow here, maybe adding in some other little movements that feel good for your body. Let's take one more flow here. Coming back into your neutral spine, tabletop. And then from here, we'll come into wide-legged child's pose. So big toes touch, widen the knees, further than hip width distance. And then bring those hips back towards the heels. And then walking the hands out in front. Letting the whole upper body and the arms just be at ease here. And taking a nice breath to the belly, fill the belly up. And as you exhale, let the upper body soften and release even more. I'm going to take my glasses off. If you're like me, wearing your glasses this evening, just take them off so they don't get damaged here. Once again, bringing our intention for our practice, letting go of effort and inviting in ease. And this pose is always good also for really just surrendering. So letting go of anything from your day today that was bothersome or just doesn't serve your highest good. Just giving your permission, self-permission to let anything go. And now let's walk the palms of the hands in together. So bringing the palms to touch into like prayer. And then you're going to bring the hands up over the head, thumbs coming back towards the neck. Maybe you walk the elbows out a little further out in front just to get a little deeper stretch into the triceps. And letting the heart melt towards the earth even more. And taking a nice full breath. Actually, let's take our breath count here. So inhaling through the nose for 3. Filling the whole back up with your breath. Hold the breath. And then exhaling out the nose for 5. Let's do that once again. Inhale for 3. Pause. Exhale for 5. Releasing the arms and hands back down. Glide the hands in towards you and pressing ourselves back up into our tabletop. Good. And then we'll just shift the legs over to one side so you can come to sit on one hip and making our way back forward. To put my glasses back on. And then from here, getting your pillows or your bolster and bringing them over to your right side, your right hip. And we're going to keep that right leg in front and then bring that left foot back behind us. And then take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist towards our pillows, our bolsters, and coming down belly first, and then the chest. And once again, I'm going to take my glasses off here. Make sure my mic is okay. And then just resting that right cheek down. And the arms can be hugging your cushions in, your pillows in, or maybe just to the floor. So just finding where your upper body can be supported here and that you're really able just to surrender and sink into this pose. Once again, letting go of effort and inviting in ease. Let's take a big breath to the belly, to the low back. And a big open mouth exhale. And letting go of any tension or clenching in the jaw. And let your head just get heavier and heavier. And letting the sound of your breath or the sensation of your breath be soothing to your body, to your mind. Not trying to make the breath sound any certain way. Just let it organically happen. Let's take 5 more slow, deep breaths here. Last breath. Big open mouth exhale. And then gliding the hands back down towards you. Pressing into the hands to support lifting the upper body back up. And then from here, very slowly, just bring that left leg around, coming in front of the right, and we're just going to take a little counter twist here. So now just twisting over to the left. Just a nice easy twist. Just taking one full breath here. Big inhale through the nose to the belly. Open mouth exhale. And then untwist coming forward. And we'll switch to the other side here. You might want to just turn your body so you don't have to bring your pillows or cushions over. Or you can just do as I'm doing. We'll make our way to the other side. So now we have our left leg in front. Right foot comes back behind us. Taking that inhale to lengthen up nice and tall first. And then exhale, coming into the twist, belly, and then the chest. And coming into your place of ease here. Just going to make sure my mic is okay. And just taking nice, slow, deep breaths. Maybe you think of each time you exhale as though the body's deflating a little bit more. And let's take 5 more breaths here. And last breath, big cleansing inhale and exhale. And just as we did on the other side, gliding the hands down, slowly pressing yourself up. And then we'll come to swing that right leg around. Good. And then we'll come into our counter twist here. So take an inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, twisting to the right. And taking one full breath here. Untwisting, coming forward. Put my glasses back on. Good. And from here, bring one pillow. So if you're on a mat, at the top of your mat, and then one pillow at the end of your mat. All right. And then we're going to come to lie down on our backs. Nice and easy here. And we don't want to be using the pillow yet underneath the head. We'll come to do that in just a little bit. But let's bring the knees into the chest. I'm taking a few rocks here side to side. And then sending the feet up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. And just point and flex through the feet. Rotate through the ankles. And then from here, just cross that right ankle over the left ankle. And then flex the feet, send those toes toward you. So just getting a nice little stretch through. You may be feeling this through the arches of your feet, the Achilles, the calves, the IT bands, hamstrings. Finding where you can create some ease in the upper body. Take a big breath to the belly. Exhale, let the belly soften a little. Good, just taking one more breath here, keeping the feet flexed. Good, then from here, we're just going to cross that right thigh over the left and then bring the feet down. So coming into our reclined shoelace pose and then grabbing on to opposite feet or ankles or maybe even the knees. So just getting into the hips a little bit here. Give a little flex in the feet. And we really want to get away from energetically activating the legs. So notice if the thighs are kind of wanting to squeeze in towards one another to hold this pose. We want to let that go so we can create some space in the hips and the pelvic floor and the low back. And taking a breath to the belly. Exhale, let the belly soften. The low back release. Finding some ease in the shoulders. And just taking 3 more breaths here. And last breath. And releasing the feet. Keep the legs crossed. Just bring that left foot to the mat or to the floor. And then we're going to press into that left foot, lift the hips up just a bit, shift the hips over to the right, lower the hips down, open the arms out to a T with the palms facing up, and then just drop the legs over to the left, just coming into a rooted twist here. It might feel good just to bring that left hand to the belly, Taking a nice big breath into the belly, to the low back. Exhale, find where the body can release. Letting that right shoulder sink down even more. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Last breath. And then slowly bringing the legs back to center. Uncross the legs. And we'll come into Windshield Wiper here. So you can widen the feet a little further than hip width distance. Recenter yourself. And then just dropping the legs side to side. Good. Let's come back to center. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. And maybe taking a few rocks here, side to side. And then we'll extend the feet back up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Once again, point and flex through the feet. Rotate through the ankles. And now we'll cross that left ankle over the right ankle. Flex the feet, send those toes towards you. And just feeling this stretch here. Notice if you're holding any tension in the shoulders, let those shoulders soften. Taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Good, then from here we'll cross that left thigh over the right, dropping the feet down, coming into our reclined shoelace. Nice big breath to the belly. Exhale, finding where you can let the body release and soften even more. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Releasing the feet, keep the legs crossed. right foot comes back down. And then we'll press into that right foot to lift the hips up, shift them over to the left, lower them back down, opening up the arms as you make your way into your twist, just letting the legs drop over to the right side. And then maybe bringing that right hand to the belly. Nice full breath all the way to the belly, to the low back. Exhale. Letting that left shoulder sink down. And taking 5 more breaths here. And letting go of effort and inviting in ease. And last breath, big cleansing inhale and exhale. And slowly bringing the legs back to center. Uncrossing the legs. We'll come into Windshield Wiper. Kind of recenter yourself. Widen the feet. And then just dropping the legs side to side. Very good. Bring the feet back in towards one another. Bring the knees back into the chest. And rocking side to side here. And then we'll lower the feet back down. And now bringing your pillows in. So bringing that top pillow underneath your head. Bring that bottom pillow. So it'll be underneath the knees. So using your feet to support bringing that in. And just getting yourself nice and comfortable here for our final pose, Shavasana, nicely supported with the pillows. You can bring the hands to the belly, maybe one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, or maybe just the arms out to the side, palms facing up. Letting the feet just fall out to the open sides. And taking a cleansing breath. And letting go of any effort. And inviting in ease. And taking a scan of your body, starting from the crown of your head and working your way all the way down. Noticing where the body may still be holding effort, And letting that go. Noticing where the mind may be holding effort still. And letting that go. And bringing your attention to the breath, to the sound or sensation. And letting that soothe your mind and your body. And I invite you to stay here as long as needed. And when you choose to come out of this, take it nice and easy. And I hope you have a very deep, restful sleep. Continuing to letting go of any effort and simply inviting in ease. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.